Nicholas and Crystal Bailey in Washington, D.C. Good to see you both. Nicholas, your thoughts on the comments, the tweet that was sent out by MSNBC, and now the statement, the follow-up statement, apologizing and saying that is not who we are at that network.
Well, Megan, this is what the left does. I mean, they essentially call half of America racist and then expect not to be called on it. Like, we stood up as Americans and said that we're not racist. And as far as the apology, I feel like that was MSNBC just saving face. If a hand has gangrene and you cut off a pinky, that hand still has gangrene. So that's my take on that.
Before I get to Crystal, I want to ask you, Nicholas, do you feel, because I know you have conservative leanings, do you feel as a conservative black man that that is not an acceptable position to many on the left? Because we're going to come up a little bit later in the show with a discussion about Clarence Thomas. They're releasing a new Anita Hill movie right now, okay, 20 years after the fact. And at the time that he went through that whole business, he said, look, this is a high-tech lynching of me because the left doesn't agree with my conservative principles.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. The left, they pride themselves on having a voting bloc of blacks, and they think that all blacks are supposed to groupthink. And that is not the case. I was actually raised liberal, and once I got to college, I was able to navigate my way out of that, and I found that the conservative principles aligned with my values. And I was one that made it. It was a natural transition for me, but everybody doesn't have that, and that's why it's good to have avenues where people can actually get to somewhere where they can find out more information about conservative principles. That's like what Morehouse is doing down there in Atlanta.
And Crystal, let me ask you, because the left, many on the left pride themselves on being very accepting of many things, of people who are different, of people who make different lifestyle choices, certainly of interracial marriage. That would be one of the things that they say that they stand for and are accepting of. But interracial marriage where one person happens to be a conservative, or just conservatives in general, there is a question about whether the left is tolerant of that. What's your thought?
Yeah, definitely. Their tolerance definitely comes into question. I think with the tweet, they thought maybe it could be swept under the rug, that maybe we wouldn't notice it, it wouldn't offend people, but we were definitely offended, maybe in different ways, because Nick's a little more professionally offended. Me, it hit close to home just because we're newlyweds, we're newly married. Soon we're going to be bringing a family into this world, and I feel like we're already fighting so many stigmas that fighting the stigma of being a biracial couple, a conservative biracial couple, that it doesn't exist. Well, we're here, and I don't want to bring kids to where they feel like they're fighting the same stigma. So, I mean, if we can say something to stop it now, that's what we would want to do.
Yeah, because the message in that tweet was to your future children, all the right-wingers in this country are going to be looking disapprovingly on this type of a family, which is why people got so outraged at that message. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Megan.
Thank you so much.